So today is the 19th of January 2024. Been a good day, been an interesting day. It's 5 p.m. or 4:40 currently. And yeah, pretty happy with how the day's gone. So today I had a sales call, which was my first cold sales call in a while, a very long time. And obviously in that time I'd done a lot of learning. Obviously bought a sales course, done this, that and the other. So I was feeling good for it. I prepared a lot yesterday, did some practice this morning, and I put myself in a position where I felt like I was ready to do the best I could do. Jumped on the call. I felt like my questions were very good. I felt like my presentation was okay. I think my presentation could have been better. I think it was a little bit long-winded and I went in circles a bit, but she got what it was. And it all went well. Agreed the ad spend. Tried to get all the objections out the way early, so anything about ad spend. And the only objection which held it back was actually with her on the camera. She just didn't want to be on camera and she was really, really against it. And so I went for the close. I asked directly. She went, look, these were exact words. I really believe this will work and I 100% believe you can do what you're saying you can do. She said, I think what you've got is very good. And she was like, I just don't know about the actual Instagram and being on camera. She said, it just doesn't really align with me as a person. I was like, what exactly do you mean? And we broke it down. So usually, here's the progress already, right? It might sound crazy, but at that point for me, when they tell me no there, before, when I didn't have any experience, I would just end the call there and I would leave it there and I'd walk away from it. Obviously now I knew how to overcome the objections, how to carry on presenting. And instead of carrying on presenting, because for me, it felt like she understood the product, she knew me. It just felt like she was just really concerned about this thing. So I focused on that and I overcame it. I got her to get out exactly what it was, what the issue was that was concerning her. And I answered all of her objections. I think I answered them all well. I addressed them she just weren't. There was times I thought she was going to close and then she was like, oh, I don't know, like it's just this post. And I gave her a solution. I was like, look, let's start, let's do this. It's free, it's a free trial. You don't have to put any money up front. We can start designing, you can practice on the camera and you'll see it's not as bad as you think it is. And she just wouldn't budge. She was like, look, I'm sorry, I just can't. She was hiding her, she wanted to hide her digital footprint. She just didn't want to be online at all. She said she just wanted to be under the radar. She said, I don't want people to be able to find me. And I said, look, I understand that, but at the end of the day, you are the brand. Your coaching business has your name on it. I was like, you need to put yourself out there. And she just wouldn't go for it. And you know what? I was really happy with how I performed. Again, don't get me wrong, there's still room for improvement, but looking back compared to before, it was really, really positive. So I'm happy with how I presented. I'm happy with how I gathered intelligence, and I'm happy with how I dealt with the objections. So overall, I think it was a positive call. I think it was a positive signal for me. I think I showed my confidence. I think I projected it onto her well. So look, I'm happy with how it went. And you know what's interesting as well? I wasn't really that nervous for the call because I went in with a different mindset. And when I shifted that mindset, it's like the nerves went away. It was so strange. And at first I started getting a bit nervous, a bit like, oh shit, sales call again, from the feelings from before. And then I told myself, actually, no, you're not there to close her, you're there to help her. So if it's not going to work, it's not going to work. And that's it. And that just got rid of the nerves just like that. So I think it's a bit of a mindset shift for anyone who's doing sales calls, maybe doesn't have that past experience and is a bit new. Shift it. It's not about closing them, it's about helping them. And only if you can actually properly help them and bring value to them, then it's worth a close. And then if it doesn't close, look, you can work on it yourself, but also for me, I just accepted it weren't meant to be. She weren't meant to come on as a client. She weren't ever going to, and that's fine. You're not going to win them all, and I just accepted that for whatever reason, she just wasn't meant to come on as a client. So that is completely fine. And I moved on. I wasn't upset about it. I was actually proud of myself after, because I felt like I'd done well. And I wasn't worried that I'd lost a client, because I know I just need to keep outreaching and keep doing the things that I've been doing. So for me, literally all good, to be honest. I'm happy with how it went, and yeah. And then second half of the day, had some lunch. I reviewed my call, I watched over it. Also, it was way too long. I need to cut that down. It's an hour and 20 minutes. That's way too long. I need to bring that down massively. But then I met my new client in London. So I'm in London at the moment. I'm in Knightsbridge. I walked down to Mayfair, 10-minute walk. And we had a meeting. So she was, again, very worried about the camera. Like, she was insecure in herself. She wasn't confident, which is fair enough. But she just needed a bit of peace of mind, really. So first of all, the spot we met was where she wants to film, because she likes the colour scheme, she likes the background. Yeah, it was good, bit of background noise, but it was okay. And as well as that, she was worried, just about putting herself out there again, worried about being on camera, worried about people judging her, all these things. So I just talked her through it, calmed her down, explained to her how it would work, and she felt good. She left the call. When the meeting was done, she said, "Look, thank you for meeting me. That's really helped me calm me down. I'm looking forward to it, blah, blah, blah." So that's good. So yeah, it's a good day. A lot of learning. And one thing interesting that the coach said to me was, she said, you need to have something that people like me can do if I don't want to be on camera. You need a different way, and it's true. It is very true. I need a different system. So I'm going to ask my mentor what else I can do, because I've seen like a free masterclass webinar thing that you can do. I just don't know how as effective that could be. Again, tired. Again, I just need to ask my mentor and see what I can do, because it is a good point. Like, if they don't want to be on camera and they're so against it like her, I need another system where that can be overcome, and we can not have to worry about that. And if they really need help and they really like me, there needs to be another solution. So I guess maybe it's a sense of like having different packages, different deals. But yeah, it was interesting. And now the only other thing I want to talk about, overall brilliant day. So I started my email campaigns, right? I got another positive reply, just trying to book in a call with her. So she actually followed me on Instagram and DM'd me. She hasn't read the message yet about booking a call, but I sent her an email about booking a call as well. So she replied to my email. I replied back to her email saying, let's book a call. She never replied, but she's been replying. I thought I'd DM her as well, because she followed me, and do what I'll be doing for the coaches and for myself eventually, and sort of appointment setting through the DMs. And yeah, so now I'm at the point to close another call, which is really good. So I think I've got a good campaign here, because I literally outreached to 20 people and 23 people and got 4 calls, which is really, that's a really good rate. Like, I got a 30% reply rate and then a 50%. So I got 7 people replied, 3 no's, 4 yeses. So like almost like a 40% meeting book set rate. So again, really good. Need to sort of scale that up, because now I've got an extra 1,000 leads that I need to contact from the leads that I've been scraping. So I'll do that for them. But I got an email and I literally was in tears laughing. So look, I want to try to flip the fucking iPhone. You can't flip the lens round. So can you see, this is the response to my email. And it made me laugh, because a year ago I would have freaked out about this and got a bit pissy about it, but I just laughed. So obviously You get the odd person that just doesn't take the emails well, and they just react bad. That's cold outreach, right? But this woman went all out. I'm going to read it to you because I think it's interesting. Whilst I cannot fault your persistence, and actually your first email did prompt me to go and look at your website and services and Google reviews of you, your daily hounding of me is really off-putting, right? I sent her 3 emails, 1 each day apart. It's not that deep, and it's a very typical process for outreach. Said, let me give you some context and advice, which is given genuinely and with good intention. I'm a 52-year-old woman who works part-time whilst also running my coaching practice for the last 6 years. In addition, I teach a business growth course and deliver 2 separate coaching services for other organisations as an associate coach. I also voluntarily run a monthly networking event for Enterprise Nation as one of their local leaders. I'm a mum to a 14-year-old, extremely sporty son who has lots of training matches and one-to-one coaching, which requires a lot of my time after school and in the evening. On top of all that, I have a husband who works away from home. Anyway, told me the rest of her life. That goes on. Next paragraph. Therefore, even if your service is of interest to me, capital is, with the best will in the world, I won't reply for at least a week, as I need time to flag your email for my attention later and come back to it and consider your offer properly when I have some dedicated time to set aside to review it. I recommend therefore that you look at your own processes and following up with leads and spread out your follow-up emails by a few days at least. Your daily emails, rather than doing what you hope, which is to serve as a call to action, actually do the opposite for me. You have flagged for me a need in my business and something which I was already considering. But instead of engage your services, what I've done is call up and contact locally. Send him information about your services and what you're offering. I've set up a coffee with him in 2 weeks to see if he can do for me what you are offering to do. I've done this because he's also in his 50s, like me, has multiple competing priorities, is a father of a son similar age to mine, and in essence gets my situation, gets in capitals and my competing priorities. I feel happy that he wouldn't hound me, will be accommodating if I take a few days to get information to him, and will understand if a bit of extra time to implement his recommendations. I don't get this vibe from you that you would understand any of this. I wish you every success in business, but please chill the hell out. Think about what is going on for your customers as well as the problem that you solve for them, and reconsider your follow-up email timings. I think you will then find that you might get a more positive response from cold call emails, which are actually very ineffective. All right, love, okay? There are so many better ways to get your message in front of your ideal customers, and I think you need to give some attention to this in your own business. Speaking as someone who's supported, mentored and advised countless business owners over the last 25 years. Fucking hell, that was an essay. Plus, why does she need to tell me? First of all, I don't give a fuck about your family. Second of all, if she understands how business and sales works and cold outreach, it's about volume. We don't care about if you need a few more days to reply. I'm going to set up my automations and people will reply and book in, and people won't like it. She clearly didn't like it, and she now is telling me it won't work, but it has worked. I've booked in 4 fucking calls out of 20 emails, sort of 20 people. And it's just, I find these people really odd. Like, she feels the need to have a go at me like this. Clearly she's not doing that well in her business, right? For you to sit down and come at me like that because I sent you 3 emails makes no sense. Also, she said she likes what I was doing and it could help her, and she needs more clients. So to then go speaking as someone who has advised countless business owners, you can't be that good. She's done it for 25 years. You can't be that good if you're needing me to help you, because if you've been doing business for 25 years, surely you'd know how to acquire some fucking customers. Clearly not. So, yeah, what I'm trying to get out of that is, don't take shit to heart. Like, just laugh at it, because this woman probably has barely any clients, and this is her time to shine and get a word in. Probably a bit of a Karen, probably not much is going on, and she's found an opportunity to let off some steam, so she's just sitting there like fucking typing at the keyboard, coming at me, and here we go. So, like I said, with this whole like entrepreneurial thing, you need to have a bit of like a thick skin, resilient, because that could get to you, that could offend you. And it's sad that she feels the need to type that. All she could have said was, look, thank you, I just did some advice for the future. I just think you could have for me anyway, the amount of emails you send consistently are too much, and it puts me off. So just some advice. But said, wish you good luck. Literally, I don't need to know about your life. I don't need to know that you've contacted your 52-year-old contact as your marketer. All right, cool. I'll move on. But yeah, so just don't take in opinions of what people are saying, especially people like this, because who the fuck even is she? And she doesn't affect your life. So don't. You've got to learn to detach from these things, even though it's at you. This is more about her. Clearly, she's got a problem that she needs. But however, I've taken it on board that it is too much, and maybe some other people feel the same way. Maybe they're just ignoring me because of it. So I've done 1 day, 2 days. So it's over a 4-day period, or 4-day period. So I'll send the first 2 within the day, and then I'll wait 2 days and send the next one, which I think is more reasonable, a bit more spread out, a bit more things. So look, I'm not closed. I've learned to be open-minded and take advice and take criticism. Just don't be a woman like her. Learn to take advice. Learn to look. It's not bad advice. That spread it out a bit more. I've tried different things. I've never had a response like that about it. But obviously for her, it's that big of a deal. She had to write a 500-word essay about it. But yeah, just look, whatever comments you get, take them on board, because clearly they're, especially from people you want to be your clients and your customers, because clearly they're the ones that matter when you're trying to sign them. And yeah, just be open-minded, take it on board, and be resilient, be thick-skinned. Don't let these things get to you. I saw a quote that said, if they're not going to talk at your funeral, don't listen to their opinion. Very good point. She doesn't matter to me. I actually forgot about her until I did this video and saw Instantly Open. I thought, oh, let me talk about that, because I thought it was interesting. So yeah, there we go. Good day, a lot of learning. Proud of myself for my sales and how it's developed. It's not there yet, but we're developing. Proud of myself for my people management when I met the client and sort of calmed her down and explained to her. And happy to be booking in some more calls. Just keep going now, keep grinding, stay grounded, stay in the moment, calmness. There we go. Right, cool. Catch you in the next one.